Hi, I'm Phil Wilcox, and I'm the Poison Frog homebrewer. I'm not your average homebrewer. I have ribbons and trophies from state, national, and international competitions. I drew my own labels for my first 50 or more beers. I've made my own beer, mead, cider, and eau de vie. I've judged meads with Bill Pfeiffer, Viennas with George Fix, and more classic American Pilsners with Jeff Renner than I can count. And after reading all of this, only now have I found a book with a recipe for brewing up my own business. Okay, Sam, if you say so. Starting a brewery, a beer school, huh? Alright, brewing up a business. That one goes into brewing up a business. Business Startup Plan Pro, that we're gonna need. Beer school, we're gonna need that one for our beer business. Designing great beers, Ray Daniels, yeah, we're gonna need that one for the business. I've never brewed up a business before. I've tossed a lot of weird ingredients into this brew pot. I've used flaked corn, corn flakes, flaked barley, barley malt, malted rye, wheat, and more wheat, spruce tips, rose hips, ginger root, spices galore, even a sprig of sweetbriar, and a daughter or two. Just before. I always thought it took a lot of money. Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
I want to make this my fourth operating system. Like you, it's for sale. Alright, here's the gig. It's a used and twice closed brew pub. And what do I know that the previous owners obviously didn't? A lot. For starters, I was actually there, which is more than I can say for any of the previous owners. I learned 6 major lessons from watching the opening, running, and closing of these 2 establishments. 1. Know your market. 2. No guts, no glory. This place was built to be a distribution brewery and a brew pub. They never put in the bottling line, they never made it happen. Lesson 3. Jackson Brewing Company had way too much capital investment and not enough revenue streams to ever get any money back out. Lesson 4. Absentee owners don't work. Lesson 5. The general manager, the chef, and the brewer need to be 3 different people unless one of them has an equity stake in the company. Short of that, there's not enough incentive for any of those individuals to properly balance money, food, beer, and personnel issues. Lesson 6. A passionate brewer can outplay bad management, but it's not a trump card. And here it sits, empty, 3 years later. I guess they're ready to sell it. The price tag is down to $950,000 for a property that they initially bought, then invested $1.5 million to put in a brewery and the needed upgrades to make it. Sam, I know I could roll with the punches and turn lemons into English shandy or German radler. 2 weeks ago at this table I entertained a German restaurateur, an entrepreneur, and a financier, and they wanted me to join them to open up the brew pub again. They wanted me on board, and I knew that I had the intellectual capital to make it happen. There is nothing like the adrenaline kick of entrepreneurship. 3 days later, I got laid off from my corporate job of 14 years. Ouch. But that same afternoon, I was having lunch with my business partner, shoring up our business plans and getting feedback from how that meeting went. The answer to the problem that plagued the previous brew pubs in this location is the audience is local. Think globally, act locally is on the pulse of the industry right now. Think local, eat local, drink local. Local and organic are the 2 big buzzwords, and they're the ultimate twofer if you can put them together. And there's a major organic farm 5 miles down the road from this location. I should know. I've owned a share of their crops for the last 3 years. 2 British travelers meet in a bar anywhere in the world. What's the first question that they ask each other? What's your local, mate? That is what I want to create. I propose to call this new establishment the Local Pub. Our mission statement is to provide local beers and local foods to local folks. Our flagship beer will be a classic American Pilsner, circa 1902. I want to use Jackson's 100 years of brewing traditions to decorate my pub and reintroduce the public to their beer culture. This is my dream, and you've already started to make it happen. Thanks.